is a time to plant more than just flowers and good ideas. How about planting your creed seed?
And here to tell us what creed seeds are is Cathy Greenberg, our First Lady of Happiness. Welcome, Cathy.
Thank you. Yeah, the creed seed is a very interesting story. In about 2008, it is told that a CEO was trying to retire. He conveyed this message to all of his leaders, and he gave them each a packet of seeds. In short, they were told to plant their seeds and come back in 3 months.
Okay.
Well, everybody planted their seeds, and one young man named Jim got nothing. Everybody else had these beautiful, lush plants. 3 months passed. Jim decides, this is my luck. Maybe I'm not a future leader. Comes back into the room. In the room are all these beautiful, lush plants, flowers and trees and shrubs. And the CEO looks out among them and says, I see all of you have planted your creed seeds. And he said, today we will pick our future leader. And he sees Jim standing there with his empty pot. Poor Jim is thinking, I'm going to be embarrassed.
Right.
Instead, the CEO says, Jim, would you please join me? Jim walks up to the stage with his empty pot, and he feels so humiliated. And the CEO says, behold, this is your new CEO. All of you received seeds that were boiled. None of them would grow.
Oh.
Only Jim was honest enough to plant his seeds and come forward.
Ooh.
Jim planted honesty, and he reaped trust.
Wow.
Wow. Very compelling. On my team have a credo, like the Navy SEAL credo, I will not fail. So I ask people in the spring, plant your seeds for having your own personal credo. What do you stand for? What is the meaning in your life? What do you want to plant, and what do you want to reap?
I love that. So how do we do that?
Well, you just use the CREEDO.
Ooh.
Gotcha.
The O.
So the C is, what do you care for? You know, what is it that's important to you? And obviously the E is about role clarity. Role clarity is, of course, who do you want to be? How do you want people to see you? And as you show up, right? Isn't this the way you would like to show up for people? Happy and authentic and helpful, right? So how do we want to do that in our lives? The rest of the letters, obviously, E for energize. How do you get resilience? How do you bounce back? And then how do you engage others? How do you want to engage them? Do you want to engage them in the spirit of friendship? Do you want to engage them in the spirit of parenting? Do you want to engage them in the spirit of mindfulness? Think about that, right? And then, of course, there's the D, which is, how do you want to develop? So the credo is all about who you are, who do you want to be, what do you want to plant, and what do you want to get back?
Wow. And this is, like you said, perfect for springtime. That's when rebirth happens. Everybody does spring cleaning of your house. So it seems appropriate to almost clean out your spirit.
Exactly, exactly. And when you clean the house, what are you actually doing?
You're getting rid of stuff.
You're getting rid of stuff, but you're also finding stuff.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's
right?
true.
You're finding stuff, and you're saying, oh my gosh, I had an intent for this, but it got put somewhere, it got put in a day. And you really do have to be mindful about what kind of energy you have to spread around. And I know, as women in general, we tend to overdo it. So it's also a good opportunity for us to think and be mindful. If you write the creed that you want to live by down, so you have your credo and your vision of your intention, then you're going to really figure out where you want to focus. And it'll come to you when you actually spend the time on it. And it only takes 5 or 6 minutes. It's not a big exercise. And if you're spending any more than 20, we need to talk. Life shouldn't be that complicated.
Right, no kidding. Does this also go along, you know, it's the time of year, it's when the weather starts picking up. I just feel like people get really down. I mean, of course, it's beautiful and sunny here, even in the winter time. But even for other parts of the country, people just tend to get down in the winter.
Absolutely. And, you know, I'm from back east, and my whole family's there. And my daughter will call every once in a while and say, I just feel like I need some sunshine. Well, the truth is, we can create our own sunshine if we have, right? If we have an opportunity to think about what our intention is, how do we want to spend our time, and more importantly, who do we want to spend it with? Get rid of the frenemies.
Yes.
It's a good time to think about who do you want in your inner circle. Who do you want to plant with?
Yes, plant with.
Great idea.
Cathy, thank you so much.
You're
This
welcome.
is wonderful.
It's always great to be here. Thank you.
And to learn more about the First Lady of Happiness, you can go to her website, h2cleadership.com.
And it's time for another short break. We'll be back in just a few moments.